He knows that.
How's the baby?
Baby's good.
Yeah, good.
She's good. She's just, it was,
Oh, yeah, it's great, isn't it?
see, I gotta go.
Gotta go. Friday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, you,
Oh my God, it's like get up in the morning, 39 degrees.
that cold.
Good evening and welcome to our Wall Township February 10th executive meeting. Please rise for their salute to a flag and the moment of silence for all of our military members, especially those who are deployed.
Pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roberta, could you please read the sunshine statement, please?
In compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the following manner. The annual notice was forwarded to the official township newspapers and was posted in the Wall Township Municipal Building. All notices are on file with the township clerk.
Thank you. Roll call.
Committeeman Beck.
Here.
Committeeman Clayton.
Here.
Committeeman Orender.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Farrow. Mayor Mangan.
Here.
We have 4 in attendance.
Thank you. To begin our meeting, we will be starting with our introduction of ordinance number 5, 2026.
Ordinance number 5, 2026, an ordinance of the Township Committee of the Township of Wall and the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, authorizing the acquisition of real property for public purposes located at 2030 Bailey's Corner Road, commonly known as Block 275, Lot 4.1, Q Forum, on the official tax map of the Township of Wall. Mayor?
Thank you. May I have a motion?
Madam, I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Committeeman Clayton. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Committeeman Arender. Roll call.
Committeeman Beck?
Yes.
Committeeman Clayton?
Yes.
Committeeman Orender?
Yes.
Mayor Mangan?
Yes. Very good.
And then we'll have a advertising and second reading of the public hearing on March 24th at 7 p.m. pursuant to law.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to read resolution number 260201.
It's approval of vouchers for January 28th, 2026 through February 10th, 2026, in the amount of $9,387,596.78.
Thank you. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Committeeman Beck.
Second.
Thank you, Committeeman Arender.
Committeeman Beck?
Yes.
Committeeman Clayton?
Yes.
Committeeman Orender?
Yes.
Mayor Mangan?
Yes.
We have 4 yeas. Great.
Moving along to our consent agenda.
All items listed on the consent agenda are considered routine by the township and will be adopted or approved collectively by a single motion and roll call vote by a majority of the township committee. All items are available for public inspection at this meeting and in the office of the township clerk. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If a discussion is desired on any item, it will be considered separately. Mayor?
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask the committee if anyone wishes to consider any items separately. If not, may I see a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Committeeman Arender.
Second.
Thank you, Committeeman Clayton.
Roll call would be Committeeman Beck,
Yes.
Committeeman Clayton,
Yes.
Committeeman Orender,
Yes.
Mayor Mangan.
Yes.
We have 4 yeas.
Great. Okay, moving on to committee reports. We'll start with Committeeman Beck, Public Safety, Municipal Court, and Board of Health.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First up, the municipal courts. For the month of January, there were 1,017 cases added and 1,124 cases disposed of. The BA, Mr. DeBuyer, is still waiting to receive and review the shared service agreement for the Regional Recovery Diversion Program. And the shared court service agreements with the Borough of Spring Lake Heights and the Borough of Seagirt are set to expire during this year. Meetings are being held with Mr. DeBuyer and the business administrator of each town to review the agreements before executing an extension. And I apologize for not getting up while the Pledge of Allegiance was starting, but I was reading a flyer that there is a benefit for the Wall Ice Hockey Team and the Bitzer family of Wall Township. It's a charity event. It's going to be held Saturday, March 14th, 2026. There'll be a gift auction at 3 p.m. in the lobby. The game will start at 4 o'clock, and it's at the Jersey Shore Arena on 1215 Wyckoff Road. The support for the Bitzer family is because the Bitzer family has endured more than any family should. Their son, James, is a joyful, adventurous 5-year-old who loves to surf, skateboard, and play as hard as any little boy should. But since the winter of 2023, James has been fighting a battle that no child should ever face, stage 4 neuroblastoma. James is now facing his 3rd relapse. In December, while receiving treatment at Memorial Sloan Kettering, scans showed that his cancer has progressed and he has a new spot of disease. The disease is now resisting immunotherapy. Refusing to give up on their son, Jason and Betta Bitzer have taken another leap of faith and enrolled James in a clinical trial in Ventura, California. This trial represents hope for the family. So I ask everybody who's here and watching online to consider going to this charity event. It's for a very worthy cause, obviously. Thank you. No further comments.
Thank you. Okay, moving along to Committeeman Clayton, Administration, Finance, Personnel, Board of Education, and Economic Development.
Thank you. Real quick on the Finance Department update. Our annual debt statement, Uniform Construction Code report, and our annual financial statement have been completed and forwarded to the state to be filed. And that our budget we continue to work on. We hope and expect to have the introduction of the budget around March 10th, unless there's some unexpected changes, but that's what we're shooting for. And our 2025 audit is begin the schedule last week of March. That's all I have.
Thank you. Committeeman Arender, Public Works and Veteran Services.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. A report from Public Works regarding the storm. Public Works properties picked up Christmas trees as scheduled. Public Works have 5 salting events at level 2 salting. Public Works had 2 plows events in January, the week of January 25th. We had 8 multiple cases of ice and snow were cleared at the state highways intersection. Issues pertaining to the ice and secondary roads will continue to be handled. Building and grounds work is going on. The current roof issues in municipal building. The final stages are being completed in new offices have been built in the municipal building. Repairs are made to Toro Mower 5900. Buildings and grounds cleaned up around the township buildings during and after the recent snowstorm. Sanitation, second round of notices were sent out to NJDEP for the tonnage grants. Recycling centers are cleared of snow and reopened after the snowstorm. Departments set up necessary equipment for cleanup of the officers' quarters at Camp Evans. Water, 2 main breaks were repaired, one on Marconi Road, the other one at InfoAge. 1 broken water service replaced at Curtis Avenue. A fire hydrant was replaced at Gully Road, and a blown-off hydrant at Oak Street was replaced with a full-size hydrant with new system live valves. A bypass hookup was cut on the force main with isolation valves at L Street Pump Station. Department assisted municipal maintenance with pump station, wet well cleaning for 3 days. We did the bypass pumping with an in-house savings of $6,000. As far as the veterans, Fridays continue every weekly coffee and social events every Friday. We assist veterans in getting their names and pictures included in the Wall High School Veterans Hall of Fame, which is being unveiled on March 4th. That's all.
Great, thank you. We're going to skip over Deputy Mayor Farrell. We'll move along to Recreation, Monmouth County Library, Wall Community Alliance, and Women's Leadership. In regards to the Youth Center, we currently have programs available for the community that are ongoing. They could be found on the website. We're working on a Mayor's Wellness campaign, and new programs will be added to that, so please stay tuned. Student volunteers have been working on Valentine's Day decorations for local nursing homes. Our Young Women's Leadership Committee finished creating the badge requirements for our 175th anniversary for the Scout Patch, And this will be distributed to various scouts throughout Wall Township. The girls will also be hosting a table at the Easter egg hunt to pass out candy and our special 175 prize Easter baskets. We are also hosting in partnership with the County Workforce Development, an evening of resume building on February 25th at 6 p.m. here. Registration is available on Community Pass, and that went live today. I encourage everyone to visit and utilize our new township website. It was designed to be more accessible and user-friendly for our residents. Huge thank you to Carrie and Rob for their hard work and dedication in creating a streamlined and easy-to-navigate platform. We have also added an open space preservation tab to the website to ensure that residents stay informed and are up to date on our preservation initiatives. Our Women's Leadership Committee would also like to share that there are still a few tickets for our mother-daughter brunch on Saturday, May 30th at the Spring Lake Manor. Proceeds from this event will benefit the Women's Leadership Committee Scholarship Fund, which is awarded to a deserving graduate female senior. And as we continue to celebrate our 175 anniversary, we are also excited to share that there are several local businesses that will be supporting this milestone, and we'll be launching incredible commemorative products to help celebrate this special year. Also, summer camp for 2026 will be available on Wednesday, February 18th. Please do not wait if you are thinking to register. This will be available on February 18th to Wall Township residents at that time. It is a very popular camp, and we look forward to seeing the campers again this summer. Administrator Dwight.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few items. One, to dovetail on Committeeman Clayton's comments. Myself and department heads have been meeting regarding the 2026 budget, and our goal is to have it for the first meeting in March. We are also pursuing numerous grants to assist with that budget. I'm also happy to say that myself and Mayor Magnan and Committeeman Clayton met with numerous agencies, including the county, DEP, and Monmouth Conservation, to secure funding for additional open space purchases, and that is ongoing with great progress. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, at this time, we'd like to move into our public comment section.
The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the committee's attention their concerns or comments. In accordance with NJSA 10:4-12A, the committee asks the public to limit their comments to 5 minutes or less. The committee will respect the public's time by refraining from any comment until the speaker is finished with their allotted time. It should be further noted that the public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. If a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the Township Administrator's Office during regular business hours. The attorney will regulate the time during the comment portion of our meeting.
Thank you. Would anyone like to come up for public comment?
No, nobody. Turn the mic on.
Betsy Cross, I live in Wall. All I'm going to say is, Mr. Beck, that was so important. You should have read it at home before you got here. I mean, we're here saluting the American flag. You need to get up. And again, you didn't turn your microphone on. So it's just disrespectful. I don't even know why you're here. We could use somebody else that could do a better job. I got my Oprah back today on Jeff Bertrand's lawsuit, and I just can't even quite figure it out, because he was put out on leave Valentine's Day, so almost a year ago, and there's way too much stuff redacted. So I'm gonna I gave a copy to Chief of Police, and then the newspaper's not here, Boy Scouts are here tonight, so I gave a copy to them as well. I just think there's way too much redacted, and we're getting different stories of what happened with Mr. Bertrand. That he's got nothing attached. He's got a, 4-page tort notice, and he says on August 29th, Mr. Bertrand was informed that the township was reneging on an agreed severance package. Well, there's nothing attached. How'd they renege? Way too much redacted, so I'm going to CC the DCA and the Attorney General's office. But we got to get to the bottom of this. We can't be just throwing out $1 million lawsuits. He'd like $1 million on his attorney fees paid. So that is on that. Then I know Manasquan got a letter from the Monmouth County Board of Taxation, and it looks like I would like an update on that. I'm sure you've all gotten the letter. What are you doing? It looks like you're fighting it. So give us an update of what you're doing with our tax assessment. Are you going to annual? Are you going to every other year? What are you doing? And I know it was pretty expensive the last time when we did it. The whole thing about preserving open space, you're looking to spend our money, preserve open space, but it seems like there's ways to get around it. You can change the open space and make it housing. So, I don't know why people would vote yes on this, because, when you look at that property on Tilton's Corner Road, that the committee approved it back in 2022 to subdivide it so their friends, the Pittingers, could sell a separate lot. So that's what happens here. Same thing with Peddler's Village. Our friend John Shibels, who's passed away, let's change it to be commercial, from commercial, and we'll let him make $45 million and build homes. That's when Kevin Orender was sitting up here. I was here for that presentation, and Kevin was the mayor at the time. When the municipality is sued, how do we find out about this? Are you obligated to let us know? How many employees are suing? I know Kate Curry is suing, and I don't think that's still been settled. But if you could answer how that is supposed to happen, how are we supposed to find out about it, rather than it appears on an agenda that you're settling with our money and it's going over to the JIF that's going to be hidden, like it usually is with Brian Smythe over at the Board of Ed. I asked a number of questions at the last meeting, and, I would appreciate the new mayor, Erin Mangan, to say to Mr. Tobias, can you please answer Ms. Cross's questions and the other people's questions, or get back to her later? Not say to him, would you like to answer any of her questions? Of course he doesn't want to answer my questions. That's why he only answered 2 out of 10. So he needs to do a better job. This is why people lose faith, and this is why there's so many changes going on in this town, and you have to do better. And I'm going to guess all these redactions were from Sean Keene's office. I don't think Roberta Lang was back there making all these redactions, but, if somebody's going to get sued, sadly, it's Roberta Lang. So you better take a very hard look at those redactions, because it's very easy to file a lawsuit that you've redacted too much, and then it's going to get expensive, and you're going to lose, like Brian Smythe does. So the property for the 1.7 million.
That's 5 minutes. You got to wrap it up.
Yep.
Thank you.
Property for the 1.7 million. We should see the appraisal for that. Are builders coming in for this triangle piece of land in the middle of a block? It doesn't even make any sense. So I don't know if we're overpaying and whose appraisal you're using.
That's 5.5 minutes. You got to wrap it up.
So if
Thank
you
you.
could answer who did the appraisal for that, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment?
Good evening. My name is Keith Hunsinger. I reside in the President Street section of Wall Township. So over this past weekend, I held yet another vigil, this time for Alex Preddy, the man from Minneapolis who was shot by the ICE agents. I was once again, just like the last vigil, unfortunately swarmed by online trolls, which again, like I stated in the last meeting, I don't think actually represent the good citizens of this town. I feel like Wall Township are much better than that. I feel like it's a lot of either bots or outside influences from people from other towns or other states in the groups that were mostly the problem. So I wanted to thank the township itself. They were very quick in getting me a permit approved. Also, upon the trolling, I had at least 3 threats. One of them seemed a little, they threatened to, excuse my French, but to whoop my ass. So given that, I expressed my concern on my Facebook page, saying that I had fear that something bad was going to happen to me this past weekend. And in doing so, I got a phone call from Lieutenant Miles Shanklin from Wall PD, who reached out and expressed concerns for me. And I said, yes, I am very fearful that something would happen. So if you could please station a police officer around that area, being it is right next to the police station. They kindly accommodated. So thank you, Chief. I appreciate Wall PD for everything that they did over the past 2 vigils. You guys were excellent and the town as well were excellent with helping me coordinate that. I know that it might not be a topic that you guys may agree with or not. But either way, your level of professionalism was above standard, so I wanted to really thank you for that. I also wanted to, in the 2 incidents, wanted to bring up a parallel between how the ICE agents handled everything and how I believe Wall PD would have handled it. You see, ICE agents aren't trained as strictly as a police officer is. I would assume that Chief would know that, being that he trained himself. But so I believe that if the situation had been here in Wall Township and it was a Wall officer with Renee Good, I don't think a Wall officer would have circled the car twice, therefore putting themselves in danger. That is called a murder box technique, and that's actually been banned by many police stations. And it's also, it's just, the whole concept of that is to try and intimidate the subject into making a move so they can justify killing, which is exactly what I believe we saw. Anybody else's opinion might be different, but that's what I believe. As far as Alex Petty, he tried to stop a woman from being maced, which is against the 4th Amendment of unreasonable search and seizure, as well as unusual cruel punishment. I also believe that if that situation had happened in Wall Township, they would have restrained that woman without having to use mace. I feel like police are actually trained to handle situations like that and de-escalate. I hope that I'm kind of making sense here with the way I'm laying everything out. That's just my opinion coming from somebody who has grown up with learning the Constitution and being very heavily involved in politics. So I just wanted to thank the Wall PD, the township, for their coordination with it. Also, the town did a very good job in cleaning up that little atrium, so we did have a place to organize. And then as far as anything else, I feel like the town has been doing really good with the snow cleanup. I wanted to really point that out because it was a heck of a lot to deal with, and the roads were clear the next day. So I just wanted to thank everybody for their continued excellence here in Wall Township, and I'm really looking forward to that continuing throughout the 175, and I wish all of you a very happy and healthy night. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith.
My name is Neil Rothman. I live at Four Seasons at Wall. I'm a resident over there. I wasn't going to bring this up, but we have our own issues we deal with. But one of the issues I think should, I guess, come made public attention is we have streetlights here that we've had over the years issues with JCP&L, and I guess we're dealing with them, and we're getting very little response. And I don't know if the town has had issues getting responses with streetlights throughout for the township, but we have 40 of them that aren't functioning right. And I guess, I don't know, I think it should be public knowledge that we're having trouble getting these streetlights fixed. And if there's anything you can do or any contacts you can make, we'd appreciate it. We're doing whatever we can do, but it should be brought up to the public. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rothman.
Good evening, Mike Shelton. Nice new podium. Hi, Dan. Glad everybody's here. Good job on the snow removal. I think they did a pretty good job. I missed an area about half my driveway down towards my barn, but maybe they could come back for that. I wanted to bring up something that just keeps coming up here. A couple things. One, open space. You know, I asked a year or two ago for things that had been purchased, acquired, preserved, kept, anything that this town had done in the last decade, and they hadn't done anything. Nothing. They couldn't produce anything, hadn't done anything. So I'm happy that there's an aggressive approach towards preserving ground. Most people know that everything we preserve, maintain, whether it's green acres or otherwise, also comes off the rolls in our computations for our affordable housing obligation. And the fact that this wasn't done for such a long time was actually a detriment to the town. So keep doing it. And we also all know that appraised value doesn't really mean anything. Something's worth what somebody can get for it or what they want for it. If we all, probably nobody here would take the assessed value of their home as a sales price. So keep doing what you're doing. I came to the presentation, it was good. It was continually disrupted, but I'm proud that you're finally doing that, and you guys should be too. I wasn't going to speak. I've watched these meetings a while. I used to come all the time, but one thing that keeps coming up here, and I don't know why, besides the very pointed and obvious attacks on most of you up here, is the conversation about our new administrator's contract. And it's so easy for anybody to know what's going on. You offered the man a dollar amount for a job, and you're paying it to him. And it appears to me you couldn't pay him exactly what you agreed upon when you hired him. And he said, that's okay, we'll work it out later. And you did. I don't think there's any tomfoolery going on. I don't think anybody's making $350,000. I don't think anybody gave himself a $40,000 raise or changed an ordinance for themselves. And if that did happen, I assume you guys would deal with it. But I think the record needs to be set straight that, will you work for X? I will. Okay. And hopefully everybody's happy with the results, because I think there's been some good improvements and good morale improvements here. And the last thing is I've noticed in the last few meetings there seems to be topics that are brought up by a member of the public that we're not aware of. You know, what is going on 18th Avenue? Why is grant writer such a big deal? You know, somebody sent me a post. Most people know if you disagree with someone, you just get blocked. But a complete conversation was posted online or about something that happened in the November executive session. And the poster was said, well, if that's true, post the minutes. And the poster said, well, Oprah them yourself. And I read that, and I said, well, I'm going to do it. So I sent an Oprah into the town for the minutes. Couldn't get them. How do people know what's going on in your back room? It just seems a little weird to me. I assume Mr. Becht isn't going out and telling this person. I'm sure it's not Kevin. I know it's not Mr. Clayton. Yeah, you were horrific, right? I mean, we heard it here. So I think you guys need to control what's going on there, and I think somebody is feeding out information. And that's great. And I don't understand why someone could have such contempt for everybody here and then show up 15 minutes later in a room where everybody's having drinks and snacks. You know, it's just kind of funny. So, but I think we had a great last year, and I think Mayor Clayton did a great job last year. And I never got up here and told him that. I think the starting point was changing our administration. And I think if somebody wants to worry about $1 million lawsuit, maybe they should go over to the school and withdraw their own. But that's all I really have tonight. Have a good night.
Thank you, Mr. Shelton.
Hans Sitkus and live in Lair, New Jersey. Just a quick question. I know there's a bunch of grants. There's been some new Green Acres grants and things that have come out. Are there any specific grants that we're looking at for open space? I think you mentioned NJDEP, the county, different folks, organizations that you're looking at. But are we looking at, specifically some of the new Green Acres grants that are coming out? I mean, what breadth of what's the bandwidth that you can kind of share in terms of that? I'm just curious, specifically, if there's any specific grants that you're kind of looking at. And I think I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? No? Okay. Motion to close public comment.
Madam Mayor, I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Clayton.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Committeeman Beck. Roll call.
Committeeman Beck?
Aye.
Committeeman Clayton?
Yes.
Committeeman Orander?
Yes.
Mayor Mangan?
Yes.
We have 4 yeas.
Okay. Do you want to start with the grants?
Thank you, Mayor. Just to go through some of the comments from the public. Ms. Cross brought up regarding the Board of Taxation and a letter that was sent out to all municipalities. It is currently right now that Wall Township is not part of the ADP program and has no intention at this stage to enter it, because once you are in that program, you cannot opt out. And as that works out, that the normal method of tax reassessments is every 10 years. Wall had done it back in 2015 for the 2016 tax year. We are approaching the 10-year that we're going to evaluate our options on that, whether we do that in-house or hire a private company. But more important is our coefficient of deviation has not reached the 15%, which would call for a reassessment, so we are below that, and we are going to evaluate our options. But at this point, from the governing body, we're not going to enter that program because there's no opt-out of that particular program with the county. Regarding open space, the entire Township Committee has directed me, that's all 5 members of the Township Committee, has directed administration to find open space properties and to preserve them against future development. And that's what we have directed staff to do. And on that, which is an interesting note, both the Wall Township municipal open space tax and the recent county open space tax passed almost 2 to 1 in people's favor of purchasing open space. And as a result of that, that gives us additional funds to purchase that open space. We are currently looking, as per the presentation, 4 parcels as a phase 1. And the first one that is coming to light is the Boozer property, which is on Bailey's Corner Road. That particular property was one farm, and back in the early 2000s, the family approached the township to purchase that property, but they wanted to keep off a lot because at one time there was a family member that wanted to possibly keep it for themselves. As a result, the estate has decided that they wanted to exercise the first right of refusal that the township had placed in that document, and the township is purchasing that property, and we are currently talking with the county, that Mayor Magnan and Committeeman Clayton were at that meeting, that they are going to assist with that purchase. We are working out the final details with that particular property. One reason why that particular property is so important is it completes the entire, the greenway within the center of the township that connects this property, the property across the street, over to the silo farm. It is very important that the original green space and open space and wildlife plan was to keep this as an open green area within the entire center of the township, and that completes that one parcel. Regarding the other parcels, as per the presentation, which was not only the Boozer property, what we refer to, but the Polaris property on 18th Avenue, Hunter's Run on Belmar Boulevard, and the Thompson Farm over on Hurley Pond and Allenwood Road, they are at various stages of either getting appraisals, evaluations, or talking to other funding sources to put those into an open space program, and we have not yet gone to the point that we can discuss what program they are going to go into. There's various programs that we are going on with funding. Those different programs, whether it is a state-funded program, have certain restrictions, county has certain restrictions, and Monmouth Conservation and other nonprofits have certain restrictions. We have not yet gone to the evaluation stage to come to this township committee to which one will be beneficial to the township, but we are actively looking at all of those parcels. We are in the appraisal process with those parcels. And as far as that is going to be ongoing, every single piece of property that is purchased takes it out of potential development for future generations. Regarding the JCP&L, if you see me after the meeting, I'll give you my card, and like I said, we'll contact JCP&L on your behalf. And regarding regarding your Green Acres, I hope that was answered, but there's various programs both within New Jersey DEP and Green Acres with certain restrictions, whether you're buying just the development rights, whether you're buying the whole parcel, whether there's life rights involved. Same thing with their county programs, and there's some other SADC money along with private 501Cs, and there's different restrictions with that. We have not gotten to the point of what they're going to be. The Boozer property is going to be an outright purchase for open space to add to the existing farm ground that's over there, and then will be leased out to a farmer in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. And then, Mr. Keene, there was also a question in regards to how do residents find out if a municipality is in potential litigation? Can we address that?
Sure, Mayor. It's a public document, so if somebody files a complaint against the town, a lawsuit, that's a public document. Towns sometimes are sued and the case is referred to the joint insurance fund. Other times the town defends it, municipal attorney defends it. But yeah, it's a public document and it's open to all people that are interested in looking at what litigation is pending. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, we would like to look for closing comment from committee members. Committeeman Clayton.
I have nothing, thank you.
Committeeman Arender. Committeeman Beck.
Just that I think Mayor Clayton did a great job as mayor last year. Thank you.
Thanks, Committeeman Beck.
I owe you.
A few side notes. I just want to begin by highlighting that we are working tremendously to preserve land throughout this township. This is a huge priority for us, as we mentioned previously. Wall has been a community that plans thoughtfully for the future, and it's especially evident in our ongoing commitment to preserving open space and protecting our land for generations to come. These efforts reflect our shared values, as spoken before with our ballot question, where we saw voters responded 2-1, and that's its desire to maintain the character of this township. I'd also like to congratulate the Wall Township Public Schools on a fantastic patriotic concert series. A special thank you to Dr. Skinner for organizing these events. I was able, as well as the outstanding music teachers and talented students. I had the privilege of attending last night to see the various choruses from each school perform, and each group did an amazing job, and it was truly inspiring. So we thank them for sharing their talents and township pride. Also, congratulations to the Crimson Knight Foundation Award recipients, Mr. Michael Malone, Dr. Tracy Skinner, and Dr. Megan Womack. These well-deserved recognitions will be celebrated on Thursday, March 19th at 6 p.m. at the Spring Lake Manor. Tickets are currently available. And that is all. So at this time, we'd like to go into a motion for executive session. If you can elaborate, Mr. Kane.
Sure, and it's for personnel and litigation, and my understanding is the governing body does not intend to take any official action upon return to open session after the executive session.
Wonderful. I have a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Committeeman Clayton. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Committeeman Arender.
Committeeman Beck?
Yes.
Committeeman Clayton?
Yes.
Committeeman Orander?
Yes.
Mayor Mangan?
Yes.
We have 4 yeas to go into executive.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Have a good night.